Respiration means the process through which energy generated, energy gets activated. Okay, for what? For various metabolic activities. Okay, so respiration, what we can say, this is having two main type of respiration. Bacteria contains mainly two types of respiration. Okay, now what are the two types is there? One is strict or obligate. One is what? Strict or obligate, and another one is facultative. So what we have to see that respiration type. One is strict or obligate, and another is facultative. Now, this strict or obligate is of further two types. Okay, so first we will say obligate or strict aerobes. So under that, obligate or strict aerobes. Now, as a term suggests, aerobes means in the presence of oxygen. Okay, so the bacteria that can live only in presence of oxygen. Okay, so what I tell, the bacteria which can survive only in presence of oxygen and will die if oxygen is absent. Okay, so only in presence of oxygen the bacteria will survive, and if oxygen absent they will what do? They will die. Okay, they will not respire. So for example, Bacillus subtilis, example you have to remember. For example, Bacillus subtilis. Okay, so this is the obligate or strict aerobes. Okay, next is facultative anaerobes. So come on that, this one, facultative anaerobes. One by one I am just telling so that you will understand all the things. Now, this facultative anaerobes means simply they normally respire in the absence of oxygen. What I told, in the absence of oxygen, but that is in adverse condition. So what I told, they normally respire aerobically in the presence of oxygen, but can also respire in absence of oxygen for their survival. Means in their adverse condition, in adverse condition. Okay, so Generally they are respiring what? Aerobically, but can also respire in absence of oxygen when the condition is adverse for their survival. So this is facultative anaerobes. For example, pseudomonas. Pseudomonas. Okay, understood? Obligate strict aerobes only survive in oxygen presence. Example, Bacillus subtilis. Facultative anaerobes normally respire aerobically but can also respire in absence of oxygen. In which condition? When adverse condition is there. For example, pseudomonas. Now, next we have to come on obligate or strict anaerobes. So next type, obligate or strict anaerobes. Okay, so this will be which type? Third type. Okay, so obligate or strict anaerobes means what we can say? Bacteria will survive anaerobically only, means when presence of oxygen will be there, then they will die. So what we can say? Bacteria will survive only in anaerobic condition. Anaerobic condition. And when oxygen present, they are not able to respire. Okay, means they will die. They are not able to respire. Okay. Now example is Clostridium botulinum. So for example is important. Clostridium botulinum. So this is obligate or strict anaerobes. Clostridium botulinum. Okay. Now this bacteria producing very less energy. Why? Because anaerobically they are doing their activity, so they produce very less energy. Produces very less energy. Okay. Now next type is facultative aerobes. Fourth type is facultative aerobes. Okay. Now facultative aerobes means what we can say? They normally respire anaerobically. So they normally respire anaerobically, means in the absence of oxygen, but can survive in the presence of oxygen in adverse condition. So when adverse condition will be there, in that condition they will survive. They will not die. Okay. Now here example is chlorobium, photosynthetic bacteria, chlorobium. For example, chlorobium. Okay. Now, so four types of bacterial respiration we seen. What were those? First, obligate or strict aerobes, then facultative anaerobes, then obligate or strict anaerobes, then facultative aerobes. So this what we seen in bacterial life process, respiration. Now next process is nutrition. So come on that, nutrition. Nutrition in bacteria. Now as we know that bacteria, cyanobacteria we seen photosynthetic activity, some are having saprophytic activity, some are having what, parasitic nature. So what we can say that mostly the nutrition in bacteria having at autotrophic as well as heterotrophic. So nutrition in bacteria, nutrition in bacteria is of two types. Okay, what was those? First is autotrophic and second is heterotrophic. Okay, now autotrophic means, auto means self, so they are making their food by themselves. Okay, and heterotrophic means for the food they are depending on others. Okay, so if we are seeing that autotrophic, so autotrophic they are having two types. One is a photoautotrophs, means from sunlight, and second is chemoautotrophs, means they are making food by the help of chemicals present. So autotrophic is further two types, photoautotrophs, and this one chemoautotrophs. Okay, so autotrophic further having what, two types, photoautotrophs and chemoautotrophs. So photoautotrophs means what we can say, these are doing photosynthesis, photosynthesis, and these are doing what, chemosynthesis. Okay, so one is having photosynthesis, one is having chemosynthesis. Okay, now one by one we will see. First we will see autotrophic nutrition, under that we will see what are those. So come on, autotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition, and under these autotrophic nutrition, first we will see photoautotrophic bacteria. So come on that, photoautotrophic bacteria. Okay, first photoautotrophic bacteria. Now these are having what, the capacity to entrap solar energy, to capture solar energy. Okay, and produce what, food materials. Okay, produce what, food materials. So what I told, these are capable of trapping sunlight to produce their food material. Okay, what they are producing, their food material with the help of sunlight. Okay, now here they are having specialized pigments. And what pigments is there? Bacteriochlorophyll. In presence of pigment, bacteriochlorophyll. Okay, in presence of what? Bacteriochlorophyll. Under that, bacteriopurpurin and bacterioviridine. So if bacteriopurpurin and bacterioviridine. Okay, this question asked in medical, what are the pigments found in photoautotrophic bacteria for trapping or for capturing sunlight? So what is that? This you have to remember. This is the pigment. What pigment? Bacteriopurpurin and bacterioviridine. Okay, understood? Now come on, their examples. What are those? For example, sulfur bacteria. What bacteria is there? Sulfur bacteria. And specific name is Thiospirillum. So what we can say? Sulfur bacteria or purple sulfur bacteria. Purple sulfur bacteria. Thiospirillum. Okay, Thiospirillum. Okay, another bacteria is green sulfur bacteria. Example is chlorobium. So another is green sulfur bacteria, and it is chlorobium. Full name is Chlorobium limicola, but you have to remember chlorobium. So it is green sulfur bacteria. Okay. Now, this bacterial photosynthesis and plant photosynthesis, one major difference is there. What is that? In bacterial photosynthesis, no liberation of oxygen, but photosynthesis of plants, what happens? Liberates what? Oxygen. So what is the difference? The main difference, this is very important, the main difference between bacterial photosynthesis and plant photosynthesis is that in bacterial photosynthesis, no oxygen is liberated, while in plant photosynthesis, oxygen liberates. Okay, what I told? In bacterial photosynthesis, no oxygen liberated, and in plant photosynthesis, oxygen liberates. Okay, so that we have to keep in mind, that bacterial photosynthesis don't produce what? Oxygen. So what we can say in biological word? Bacterial photosynthesis is anoxygenic and plant photosynthesis is oxygenous. What we can say? bacterial photosynthesis is anoxygenic and plant photosynthesis is oxygenic in nature. Okay, this you have to remember that anoxygenic is what? Bacterial photosynthesis, and oxygenic is what? Plant photosynthesis. Okay, now first what we seen? Photoautotrophic bacteria. Now come on next type in autotrophic mode of nutrition. So next is chemoautotrophic bacteria. Come on that. So second is chemoautotrophic bacteria. Here what happens? Bacteria making their food, but with the help of what? With the help of chemicals present. So what we can say? Bacteria makes their own food with the help of chemicals present. Now what happens? Chemicals present, what are the chemicals? Like ammonia are there, nitrates are there, ferrous ions are there, like that. So like ammonia, nitrates, nitrites, ferrous ions, etc. Okay, so like what? Ammonia, nitrates, nitrites, ferrous ions. So these are the chemicals that help the food making, okay, to the bacteria. So they are helping, means bacteria making their food with the help of these. Okay, now here what happens? These don't utilize light. Okay, these don't utilize what? Light as energy source. So these don't utilize light as energy source. Okay, so these chemoautotrophic bacteria, what happens? Don't utilize light. This you have to remember, that they are not utilizing light as energy. Okay, then what happens? This chemical energy when break down, so they are forming ATP in the form of energy. So this energy ATP is utilized. So what I told, the ATP formed is used as energy source. Okay, so the ATP formed during the chemical reactions, that is having what? In the form of ATP, or ATP is known as what? Energy currency of the cell. So this ATP is used for making their food. Okay, now these bacteria, chemoautotrophic bacteria, they are also using hydrogen. Okay, they are also using hydrogen for these, also using also using hydrogen for carbon assimilation. Carbon assimilation. Okay, and these chemoautotrophic bacteria plays a very important role. What are the role is there? That is recycling nutrients. So these play an important role as recycling nutrients. Okay, they are playing what as important role as recycling nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, iron, sulfur, etc. So like nitrogen, phosphorus, iron, sulfur, etc. Okay, so these are helping in what? Important role as recycling nutrients in nature. In nature, like which are the metals are there, which are the compounds are there. So nitrogen are there, phosphorus are there, iron are there. Okay, sulfur are there like that. Okay, now if we are seeing that what are the other mode of nutrition is there, so we have to see what, but before going into that we have to see what are the examples are coming in chemo autotrophic bacteria. So come on that examples. For example, one is hydrogen bacteria. One is what? Hydrogen bacteria. Now, this bacteria doing what? This bacteria oxidize hydrogen in presence of oxygen. So, oxidize hydrogen in presence of oxygen. Okay, so hydrogen bacteria example is Hydrogenomonas. For example, Hydrogenomonas. Now, so first this type we have to see hydrogen bacteria is chemoautotrophic. Next is nitrifying bacteria. Nitrifying bacteria. As a term suggests, nitrifying bacteria means obtain energy by oxidizing ammonia into nitrate. So, obtain energy by converting ammonia into nitrate. Okay, obtain energy by converting what? Ammonia into nitrate. Okay, an example is Nitrosomonas, Nitrosococcus. So, for example, Nitrosomonas, Nitrosococcus, Nitrobacter. Okay, so these are the nitrifying bacteria. Now, next is sulfur bacteria. So come on that. Sulfur bacteria. how this sulfur bacteria obtain their energy? So they obtain energy by elemental, or we can say by oxidation of sulfur. Okay, oxidation of sulfur to H2S. Okay, so here energy obtained by elemental oxidation of sulfur. Okay, so elemental oxidation of sulfur provide what? Energy, and that belongs to what? Sulfur bacteria. Okay, now here one example is there, that is a Beggiatoa. What is that example? That is, you have to remember, for example, Beggiatoa. Okay, Beggiatoa. Now, this Beggiatoa doing what? This helps in oxidation of hydrogen sulfide, H2S. So, these are doing what? Oxidation of H2S to obtain energy. And this is one question that already asked, that which organism helps to oxidize H2S to obtain energy and restore sulfur. Okay, so that is Beggiatoa. That name you have to remember, Beggiatoa. Okay, now next type of bacteria is methane bacteria. In chemoautotrophic, next is methane bacteria. Methane bacteria. Now, as a name suggests, methane bacteria means what? Methanomonas. That is, oxidizes methane to carbon dioxide. What I told? Energy obtained when methane oxidize to carbon dioxide. An example is methanomonas. So, for example, methanomonas. Okay, this is methane bacteria. Another bacteria also having iron bacteria. Iron bacteria. Now, as the name suggests, iron bacteria means this bacteria doing what? Convert ferrous ion to ferric ion. So, energy obtained during conversion from ferrous ion to ferric ions. Okay, so energy obtained during conversion of ferrous ion to ferric ions. Okay, an example is ferrobacillus. Ferrobacillus. Okay, so this is iron bacteria. Now, first type we've seen autotrophic bacteria and their types. Now come on heterotrophic bacteria, that another type. So come on heterotrophic bacteria. Okay, heterotrophic, as term suggests, hetero means other. So these bacteria depends on others for doing what? For their food capture or food taking. So they are taking food from others. Okay, now these heterotrophic having categorized into three groups. One is what? Saprobacteria. saprophytic. So it is having three categories. One is saprophytic bacteria. One by one we'll see. So saprophytic bacteria. Next is symbiotic bacteria. Symbiotic bacteria. One is saprophytic, next is symbiotic, and last one is a parasitic bacteria. Parasitic bacteria. Okay. Now come on one by one. First we will see saprophytic bacteria.